go to a new area formula. That's the same little triangle that we drew yesterday, right? So why can't we just use law of sines all the time? I wonder why we gotta have a law of cosines.
We might not have
But you'll
opposite
have different
hypotenuse.
information.
We don't know our hypotenuse.
Okay, well, we don't necessarily have a hypotenuse because it's not a right triangle, right? But y'all are on the right track, both of y'all. When we did the law of sines yesterday, we had to have all of something. We had to have angle B and side B, right? But with the law of cosines, we might could just have the three sides and not even have an angle. So it gives us a little more freedom. Okay? All right, let me hit the next page, and we got good old Herons area formula. Who the heck is a heron? I don't know. Come on, stupid
A
heron.
heron is a bird, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right, like a water bird or something.
Something.
There we go. So those are S's. I know my S's look funny. S's in there.
That's with the letter S.
I don't know.
Dad, come.
Heron like the letter S. I mean, come on. So before you would be able to plug your A, B, and C into this formula, you'd first have to find the S. So what do you think S is?
Half of A, B, C.
Well, but what is that in relationship to the triangle?
180.
The side.
It's,
180.
so that would, you said the word a minute ago. When you add up around the
hypotenuse?
sides, no,
The perimeter.
the so that would be half of the perimeter. And so, Christian, to your answer about why the S stands for semi-perimeter. Alright, so this is the last lesson in our trig unit. Then tomorrow and Thursday will be study guide days, and Friday will be test day. Then, to finish the year out, hopefully, next week we will start probability. So it'll be, I try to, I've told y'all before, sometimes I try to do a hard one with an easy one back to back. Probability's pretty easy. Y'all have done a lot of it before.
We should play trash ball. Or that board game.
We might.
Basketball.
Alright, so let's work some of these. Sounds like a plan, Stan. This thing's already acting stupid though.
Oh, looks like we can't do any work today.
Wrong.
We were so excited.
No, it's the work. We got 17 dry erase boards in here.
Yep. Yeah, yeah. Who is, yeah, yeah.
You alright over
Do
there,
that
Phyllis? Okay, so we're gonna solve, and we talked about what that means yesterday, when you're told to solve the triangle, you gotta find everything that's missing. So we're gonna solve triangle ABC. Side A is 11 units, side C is 14 units, and angle B is 34 degrees. So see, we don't have anything corresponding. If we did, if we had like A and A, we could use the law of sines, but we don't, so we're looking at law of cosines. We can draw the triangle. Tell you what, I'm gonna give up on this thing and hopefully it'll let me write up there. 'Cause this is weird. Lord, maybe it won't let me right up here.
Yeah, yeah.
No, it is not, silly
What do you mean?
boy.
It's right through it.
That was funny.
It's what?
That was a funny one.
Alright.
This will be
Good news, right through it.
14, so that's C. This will be 34, so that's B. This will be 11, so that's A. Okay, what is this one?
B.
Yeah, and I knew it, thank you. I don't know why I didn't write the letters, I was stumped. Okay, so looking at that list of, the law of cosines that you wrote down, which one do you guess might be the best one to use?
Tangent.
Did we write down something today that said tangent? No, sir. Okay, which angle do we have?
How about
B,
B squared equals
so,
A?
so very good. Whichever angle you, if you've got an angle, you wanna use the one that has the cosine of that angle. So very good on that, Christian, so we're gonna say B squared equals A squared plus C squared minus 2AC times the cosine of angle B. Okay, now we'll just plug in the stuff that we know. I didn't plug everything in yet. So do I know side B?
No.
No, so B squared equals, do I know side A?
Yes.
Yes, it's 11, so 11 squared, can I go ahead and write 121? Plus, do I know side C?
I don't know what it is. Well, I know it's 14.
14,
I don't
so
know if it is
14 squared is 196 minus 2 times A times C. I ran out of room, so this is gonna be like it's on the end, times the cosine of 34 degrees. So a lot of mumbo jumbo there. You, if you're careful, you could type all that in one whack.
317
That'd be-
minus
What's 121 plus 196?
327.
327? 222 times 14.
Around 12, it's 11.6. Oh,
whole thing.
the whole thing.
Oh, well, hold on, Speedy Gonzalez. I was like, no, this is not it. 308 for 22 times 14? Is that right? Minus 308 times the cosine of 34. Okay, now, even if I didn't do the whole thing in one whack like Tyler did, I would have to go there now. Because I can't calculate cosine of 34 without my calculator, so make sure you're in the degree mode. Alright, so come on, y'all don't do it now, you're not gonna do it on the test. Tyler's the only one that passed. What is B squared equal to approximately, Tyler?
12. Around. It's 11.6.
Something's wrong.
Is it supposed to be 72?
No. Make sure you're in degree mode.
Yep.
Don't be dead.
I got 61.7.
Yep, that's what I got.
So B squared is equal to 61.7.
Oh, I put 146 instead of 196.
Now I need to undo the squared. How do I undo a squared? Square root, so I'm gonna hit second, square root, second answer. And B, side B would be approximately 7.9, so I'm just gonna say 8. Okay? Alright, so we know now all of our sides, but we still only know one angle.
I thought that was the end of the question.
No, sir.
We gotta solve an entire triangle.
But how are we gonna do that now? Cause looking, this is about 8, so we know all the sides.
We know both of the B's, so we can do the things in there.
So we go to yesterday, very good, cause we have all of B's information, so we're now gonna use the law of sines. So we're trying to find an angle, and when I finally figured out how to put my words for the afternoon classes, if you, whichever one you're trying to solve for, put that on top. Cause remember those laws of sines have reciprocals, so if you're trying to find the side, put the one with the side on top. If you're trying to find the angle, which is what we're doing, put the one with the sine of that angle on top. So I'm gonna say the sine of 34 over 8, right, B and B. Which one do you wanna find first, angle A or angle C?
A.
So equals the sine of A over 11, right? My A is being divided by 11, so we're gonna multiply by 11. So 11 times the sine of 34 over 8 is equal to the sine of A. So I got 11 times sine of 34, enter, divided by 8, 0.77, pretty close to. So I got 0.77 is approximately the sine of A. It's not A, it's the sine of A. So what do we do when the variable's right next to the trig function? Do I just push sine of 0.77?
Do the -1.
The inverse, very good. So I'm gonna do second sine of my last answer. And I got about 50. So angle A is about 50 degrees. You're not trying this on your calculator as we're doing it. You're not gonna be able to just magically do it on the test. I've told y'all that several times. Do we have our triangle solved now? No, we're missing one angle, but just to find one angle is easy because the triangle adds to 180.
So it's 96.
So we got 34, we got 50. So add those, subtract from 180. 180 minus 34 minus 50 is 96. Very good. 96 degrees, 50 degrees.
That's that.
Okay? So we ended up using the law of sines, but we couldn't have gotten there without the law of cosines to start us off.
And I'm assuming tomorrow when will we do a law of tangent? Or?
No, there's not a law of tangents. Thank goodness we don't have any more of those. Alright, let's try another one. Okay, so we're gonna solve triangle ABC. Side A is equal to 12. Oh, this is a side triangle. Side B is equal to 27. Side C is equal to 20. So we know no angles. Alright. So, what do you reckon if we have no angles, could we do?
Law of sine?
We don't have complete.
Oh, wait. Do the top one.
I don't remember what the top one said.
A squared equals B squared plus C squared. C.
Okay.
Cosine.
Yeah, you could really use any of them. So I'll write the first one like you said it. Had to flip back because that's not the way the book does it, but. Okay, so let's plug in our stuff now. A squared, 12 squared, 144. B squared, what's 27 squared? 729. Plus C squared, 400. Minus 2 times 27 times 20 cosine A. Okay, so I'm going to simplify. I'm going to do 729 plus 400. It's me 1129. Now minus 2 times 27 times 20 gets me 1080. Okay. I can't enter an A. It's like a normal equation. Undo stuff, move stuff over.
You wanna move the 1129 and 1080 over?
No, let's just do 1129 first. Let's keep it simple. So 144 minus 1129 gets me negative 985. Okay. Now I can get rid of that negative 1080 like Tyler was talking about. What would get rid of that? No. Because it's being multiplied by the cosine of A, so we'll divide. Divided by negative 1080, I got 0.91. Okay, we can figure A out now. What would I do? Just hit cosine of 0.91? How would I figure A out? It's not cos. We had one like this in the very last problem. When the variable's right next to the trig function, what do you got? You gotta do the inverse function. So I'm gonna get second cosine of my last answer, and I got about 24.2. So I'm just gonna say angle A is about 24 degrees.
Oh, 0.91.
Uh-huh.
You said 24 degrees?
0.43.
I don't know what your question is, sir.
I put the inverse cosine of 0.91.
And you got 0.43? Are you in degrees?
Probably. Yeah. No.
No.
What's the difference between degree and radian mode, other than one is wrong?
Well, one's not wrong, but think about on your unit circle, we had both of all our angles, we have what it equals in radians and what it equals in degrees. It's like miles and kilometers, they're both right. Just
24.5.
Different units of measurement.
do what?
24.5.
I got 24.2 because I didn't round as often as you did, but yeah, that's pretty good. Alright, so looking back at our triangle now, we said that angle A was about 24 degrees, so we still gotta find angle B and angle C. You know everything about A now, so you could go back and do sines. So let's say sine of 24 over 12 is equal to, you want to find angle B or C first? Sine of B over 27. trying to solve for b, it's being divided by 27, so we're gonna multiply by 27. So 27 times the sine of 24 divided by 12 is equal to the sine of b. 27 sine 24, enter, divided by 12, enter. About 0.92 is equal to the sine of b. How do we undo that sign now to solve for b?
Inverse.
Very good. Second sign, the inverse of sine. Second answer, and I got about 66 degrees. Okay. You got two angles now. Do the easy thing to find your third. So let's go back and look at our triangle.
9.
66. So 180 minus 66 minus 24 made that be a right triangle. Isn't that a coincidence? That doesn't look like a, I must say, not drawn to scale like they put on the ACT. Because that does not look like a 90. Don't fall. You okay over there, Christian? You give me funny looks.
I barely fit that on my page.
Alright, let's see if we can find, I don't wanna do that, let's see if we can find the area of something.
Square.
Mm-hmm. But put it in neat coordinate things so we can count the squares, like we used to.
Okay, this picture on my book has got this drawn as streets with intersections. So, like,
That would be a street.
I needed that to go farther. There we go.
Meow.
So they can intersect. Okay, well, some streets are wider than others. Yeah, it's only
It
one
is
way,
like 2
one way
lanes.
road on that one. Alright, so this is angle C, B,
Have a left turn on
A, 170 yards, 350 yards, 240 yards. Alright, so here's how the problem reads. The intersection of three streets form a piece of land called a traffic triangle. So, and here's your traffic triangle, like across the street from the school over there where they try to plant flowers sometimes, but they don't always just keep it up. We got a traffic triangle. Find the area of the traffic triangle shown. So, in our new
Is
formula,
that 1704?
Oh,
170 yards.
Oh, makes sense.
So in the new formula that we wrote down, we first had to have an S. So how am I gonna find the S with this?
Add all of those together and divide by
perimeter and divide by 2.
Okay, you got it?
No.
Why the heck not? 380? Okay, now we can take that and plug it into our new area formula. So square root of our S, which is 380, times S minus A, so minus 170, times S minus B, so 240, well, that's messy, times S minus C, so 350. And all of that is underneath the radical.
Big ol' radical.
I'm gonna simplify in all my parentheses first, just because I want to. 380 minus 170 is 210. 380 minus 240 is 140. And 380 minus 350 is 30. for underneath the radical?
Mhm.
Oh, that's not what I got. Did you already square root it? Oh, okay, you're ahead of me then.
18,307.4.
Oh no, I haven't done it yet. Okay, now I'm catching up with the guys. I'm gonna square root now to get rid of that.
What did you say,
18,307.
Yes, I'm with y'all now. 18,307. Our measurements were yards, so area is square yards. Woo-hoo! Fun stuff right there, fellas and girls.
Ah,
Study guide tomorrow. Test Friday.